Welcome back. In our State of Growth series, a growing population means more people need to travel, and we're finding out if public transportation around here is keeping up.
News 5's Jessica Barreto tracking changes in southern Colorado's biggest cities.
It's a matter of responding to demand as more people start to use public transit systems. Pueblo and Colorado Springs are trying to keep up by expanding bus hours and even streamlining routes to make them more efficient. But this is just the beginning of a long process to make sure they can keep up with growth. In busy cities, you'll find a fast-paced environment and lots of folks trying to get to where they need to go. Many rely on public transit like buses.
As our community continues to grow, we are going to need more transit.
Mountain Metropolitan Transit sees an average of 11,000 daily rides. Right now, there are 61 buses and 30 routes to handle them. In the past year, they've added 3 routes and increased frequency of stops in 2 others.
We've added a lot of bus service on off-peak times during evenings and weekends.
But there are still underserved areas.
We serve the central part of the community very well, the west side very well also, and we've also started to extend up north. But there are other areas up north, northeast, northwest that we don't serve, and far east we don't serve very well either. Clearly, we could be providing more transit than we currently do.
And while the city considers ways to expand service there, they're finding other ways to fill the gap.
One of the things we're trying to accomplish in our community is to provide more transportation options for everyone. Between their car, being able to carpool, using a bike, walking, taking transit, all those things work together.
Bike and bus rider Narissa Roberts agrees.
So we have a bike, and there's a bunch of different bike routes and walking routes that, around the city. So taking the bus is great, but you can also bike, you can also walk.
Beyond that, Mountain Metro Transit is focusing on improving service within their current routes. They've submitted a proposal to extend Saturday hours from 6:30 to 9:30 and increase frequency of stops on Sunday from 60 minutes to 30 minutes. The changes would take effect in late September if approved. Pueblo Transit wants to extend route hours too, as soon as they find room in the budget. Right now, they see an average of 2,800 daily rides, and they have 13 buses and 11 routes to handle them. But rather than add more routes, they want to consolidate the ones they have. It's part of a 5-year plan, which they're already 1 year into.
We will be streamlining our routes to make it more efficient, to try to cut down on the time in transit for people to go to the areas that they need to go most, particularly education centers or medical centers.
These changes across Pueblo and Colorado Springs, the first of many as more people need more ways to get around.
It's always going to change. That's the nature of transportation, particularly when you have a growing, changing city. What it looks like today is not going to be what it looks like in 10 years.
When it comes to Mountain Metro Transit's proposed service changes, they held 3 public meetings last week and gathered public comments through last Friday. They plan to announce final changes within the next 10 days. Always watching out for you, Southern Colorado, Jessica Barreto, News 5.